You got Michael Moore talking about guns. You got Jim Carrey doing an anti-gun song. You got Bloomberg taking on the NRA.
Michael Moore is an idiot,
start there?
obviously. Yeah.
All right, let me play the Michael Moore clip for you.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to sit back and do a Sudoku puzzle. Does anyone have the Daily News today?
Where's the Sudoku puzzle?
Does anyone have a Daily News? It's break time for the Opster. Here's what Michael Moore said. When was this and where? Was it at some kind of fundraiser? Or
I thought it was on Piers Morgan.
Was it?
Wasn't? Did he say this on Piers?
I don't know. All right.
He's been babbling it.
Do you realize that over 90% of the guns in this country are owned by white people in the suburbs and in rural areas? 90% of our guns are not owned by African Americans, Hispanics, minority groups. They're owned by white people. Now, what are these white people so afraid of out in the suburbs? Are they thinking little redhead, freckle-faced Jimmy down the street is going to, kill them, mug them? I don't think so. Are they afraid the guy next door is gonna break in and steal their TV? No, because they know the guy next door makes $50,000, $60,000 a year. So poverty and racism. The answer is it's pretty much the same answer for a lot of our other problems. Jobs.
He's a fucking dickbag. He is just a dickbag. First of all, 90% of gun owners are what scared white people, as he said. Oh, sorry, you forgot a word. Legal. Legal gun owners. Yeah, there you go. Not all African Americans or Hispanic. They're white people. 90% of yeah, exactly. Registered, legal, legally purchased, legally held guns. Now, when you throw in the illegal guns, I think the numbers are going to go up when you look at different races. But Michael Moore, of course, don't want to say that. What are the 90% of white gun owners, that illegal gun owners, so scared of? Is it Jimmy next door? Is it Johnny? Is it the neighbor's going to steal it? No. What they're scared of is perhaps you're a mom strolling your 18-month-old child down the street, and two African-American gentlemen want to rob you and shoot you in the leg and the side of your head, and then just walk up to your baby and shoot him in the face and kill him. Maybe that's what they're scared of. I don't know. I know that's such a wild thing to say because something like that would never happen. Oh, that's right, it did. Yeah, I would say that it's not a scared thing, but it's like saying you drive around with a spare tire in your car because, 90% of the people that drive with spare tires are scared they're going to get a flat. Nah, you got to be prepared. I think preparedness is pretty good. And the bottom line is it's a constitutional right, so shut the fuck up. But his skewed stats are embarrassing. He's got an agenda that I don't even know where it comes from. I don't know what his motivation is, what his end game is, to be not doing nothing but making excuses for criminals and making villains out of the people that are paying attention to all the laws and exercising a constitutional right. Why are they the bad guys? And everyone that's using illegal guns and killing so many of the people that end up dead every year by gun violence are killed with illegal guns. The other ones that are killed with legal guns, and a majority, more so than homicides, are suicides. The people that are killing themselves for whatever fucking reason that is, but suicides are a huge part of the gun violence numbers that they jack up every year. But they would like you to think that all those numbers are people with assault rifles going into schools. That's pretty much it. 10,000 people died last year from gun violence. And then they play up assault weapons and school shootings to try to make you think that's where it's all coming from. Truth of the matter is, white people, it's suicides. Black people, it's homicides. That was a nice article was in one of the papers yesterday. And they were showing that African Americans are much more likely to be killed with a pistol, with handguns, and to kill with handguns. White people are much more likely than blacks to commit suicide with guns. That's just one of the stats. But as far as being a scared person, little puppy, being a scared white person with a gun, no, it's being prepared. What's his motivation? Where is he looking to go with this, making excuses for the criminals and making villains of the law-abiding citizens? I don't know what Michael Moore's trying to do. Sell more books, make another movie.
Oh, well, it's
whatever
good business for him.
It's very good business, so I guess that's what it is.
I think in the end, that's his first motivation with this whole thing. Business is good for him.
He likes to stir things up and infuriate people, and it's so hard for me to believe that he actually believes what he's saying sometimes, because, I mean, I honestly don't think he's a stupid guy. I don't know. I just wish you guys got into it when he was in here.
I do too. That would be pretty amazing.
I do too. Yeah. I would now, because it's reached a much more higher boiling point
right
now. But I don't know. He every week he's saying something else that's really stupid. I mean, look at your hometown of Flint, Michigan. It's not just big business and greedy bosses that have destroyed that city, and Detroit, and parts of Chicago. Look into it, you fat fuck. And then I guess
that baby story is horrendous.
She's strolling her kid. What
kind of neighborhood was
robbed. I guess a shitty fucking neighborhood.
Was it a shitty neighborhood to begin with?
Yeah, it was in Atlanta. Or in Georgia, somewhere in Georgia.
I really don't know.
Sure if it was
do they have the death penalty in Georgia?
I hope so.
And would that be a death penalty case?
I sure hope so.
I don't know what is a death penalty case in this country
at this
anymore.
point. Yeah, what is it?
I really don't know.
Two guys, they're 114, 117, youths, teens, just out for playing around. They walk up to this woman strolling her kid and say, "Give me your money." They point a gun at her. She says, "I don't have any money," and they fire around at the sidewalk next to her. She goes, please, I don't have any money. They shoot her in the side of the head, skin her ear, and then shoot her right above the kneecap. Ouch. And then she goes, "Please don't hurt my baby." And she goes, "Oh, yeah, you don't want us to kill your baby?" The guy walks right up to the stroller, points the gun right at the kid's face, point blank, and pulls the fucking trigger, and shoots an 18-month-old baby in the face.
Horrible.
And
just horrible.
And you can't think that perhaps there's something more behind that there's some type of complete lack of compassion and empathy and respect for life. What the fuck is going on? I don't know. Michael Moore sure doesn't know. And scared white people owning guns. Perhaps, but there's enough things going out there to concern people where perhaps they want to have as good of protection in their own home and walk in the streets as they could possibly have. Where when somebody walks up to you and threatens to shoot you and your baby in the face, that perhaps you have at least a fighting chance to defend yourself and your child, instead of just laying on the ground with a bullet in your knee, weeping and begging these people that apparently have no clue what compassion is. And you're depending on that person's compassion at that point to save your life and your baby's life because you don't have anything else. You don't have anything else to defend yourself with. And if it was up to Michael Moore, none of us would ever have anything to defend ourselves against these animals with. But odds are it would never happen to you. I understand that. Can't be a mental patient thinking around every corner is danger. But it's obvious things like this do happen. It happens more often than people win the lottery. And people play it all the time, hoping to win. So you need to be able to defend yourself. And Bloomberg is also in the news about his gun rants, and he would love it if the only recourse you had was to have the police show up after the fact and mop up, because perish the thought again that you're able to defend yourself. And then fucking stupid, what's his name?
Jim Carrey?
Jim Carrey.
Well, this is what Bloomberg had to say over the weekend.
Oh, Bloomy. Oh, boy.
You target people, Republicans and Democrats, who do not support a weapons ban, an assault weapons ban, who do not vote for background checks. Will you spend money, lots of money, to target them in 2014 in the midterm race?
Well, let me phrase it this way. I think I have a responsibility, and I think you and all of your viewers have responsibilities to try to make this country safer for our families and for each other.
Yeah.
And if I can do that by spending some money and taking the NRA from being the only voice to being one of the voices so the public can really understand the issues, then I think my money would be well spent, and I think I have an obligation to do that.
So you'll spend money on ads?
We're starting to run ads today or tomorrow. I think I've spent $12 million on running ads in 10 states around the country, explaining to the public what the issues are and how, and urging them to call their senators if they believe that we should have gun checks that stop criminals and people with mental illnesses from getting guns. They should call their senators.
Will there be a political price to pay for a Republican or a Democrat who fails to vote based on this public polling to make assault weapons banned or to vote for background checks?
If 90% of the public want something and their representatives vote against that, common sense says they are going to have a price to pay for that. The public is going to eventually wake up and say, I want to put in office somebody that will do the things that I think are necessary for this country. That's what democracy is all about.
Well, that ain't happening. No one's doing anything that the public wants at this point. And
the one thing the public definitely wants is background checks, right? It's over 80% at this point.
Yeah, a lot of people want background checks, whether they'll do anything or not. And you can't tie background checks to gun registration. In a lot of states, that's what's going to happen. It's very tricky. It's not as easy as it sounds. But background checks, it doesn't stop the criminal. You fucking assholes.
Right.
It doesn't stop the criminals. And what Bloomberg is saying also, I love this stat, 90% of America wants gun control. It's like 90% want some form of gun control, whether it's background checks or whether it's completely banning guns. There are certain amounts of people that want that. Background checks, a lot of people want background checks, sure. Put it to a vote, fine. Assault weapon bans, they don't have the votes. The Democrats know they don't even have the votes 100% in their party. So that isn't going to happen. But you talk to Bloomberg, and he says, well, let's give the people what they want. The people don't want an assault weapons ban, but he's still pushing it. So why is that okay to push, even though the people don't want it?
What is the percentage of people that want it?
That want an assault weapons ban?
Yeah.
I'm not sure of the numbers, but they can't win the vote. They don't have the numbers.
No, I mean
the American people?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's not 50%. It's not 50%, that's for sure. Considering there's millions of these things in almost every home in the country. It's 56%, Denver Pest says. What could you please give me a source? Is it fucking MSNBC.com poll?
Wait,
that's like saying Fox poll.
56% of the people want an assault
weapons ban.
That seems high.
But
I don't know if that's.
And here's another thing, though.
Yeah.
The people that want something banned are the least educated about it. I've noticed over this gun fucking issue that the people that want to ban things, take things away, stricter controls, are the least educated people on guns that I've ever spoken to about any topic. They just parrot what they're hearing about guns. They don't know what a semi-automatic and an automatic are. They don't know that there is a difference between what the military uses and what a civilian can get and use. They go, there's no place for military rifles in the hands of private citizens. There aren't. Don't worry about it. We're talking about a semi-automatic rifle that looks like a military rifle. It acts like any wooden-stocked hunting rifle that your granddad would have. It fires rounds as quickly as you pull the trigger, just like many people's hunting rifles. Just like your World War II fucking rifle that was given to your GI, your M1. But it looks cool because it's got black plastic on it and looks like when you see a show on TV about the war, and then you look at one of these guns, it looks the same. So you ban them. They have no place in the hands of private citizens. Well, if you were educated on guns, you would know that isn't the same gun they're using in combat. And most crimes and murders are done with handguns, not assault weapons. So stop with the assault weapon ban. It's 300 people a year in the country are killed by rifles in any way, shape, or form. That includes hunting accidents. That includes bolt-action rifles, not just assault weapons. It's probably the lowest casualty rate of any type of firearm in the country. It's not concealable. It's a stupid thing to take around with you. Pistols. That's where it's at. But again, it's illegal guns for the most part, and they don't want to address that. I mean, you know, I'm sure if you question that fucking animal that shot that baby in the face, I don't think he's worried that his pistol license is going to be taken away. I don't think he's quite worried about how he's going to renew his pistol license after shooting a baby in the face.
What a sick story.
And then Jim Carrey, our Canadian friend.
He's having a little fun with the whole thing.
Canadians, just stay out of the Second Amendment fight. Whether you were here for years or not, or you got that Canadian fucking gene in you that has no clue what it's like to really be an American and to exercise constitutional rights. Go back up to your nanny state and be taken care of up there with your shitty health care. Even though it's free, it's shitty.
But it's on Funny or Die. He's just having fun.
Oh, fuck him.
He's kind of just having fun.
I've seen his tweets that aren't meant for fun.
He's just trying to have fun with the whole gun debate.
An asshole.
He's injecting some humor into the topic, into the subject. Cold Dead Hand with Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
And he intros it as Charlton Heston. This is just fun.
Oh, okay.
There's some lofts in here.
All right.
Well, hi-oh and howdy, fine folks, and welcome back to Hee Haw. We want to thank our special guest, Charlton Heston, for joining us.
Walter, it's an absolute pleasure to be here in the sight of God on Hee Haw. But who would be laughing if it weren't for the patriots who answer the call of freedom?
Well,
The aliens. They would exploit our every weakness and suck the brains out of every living soul. They'd be laughing, but not like you and me.
Does good Heston.
Go, beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep.
we want to leave you with the sweet as molasses sounds of a band I'm sure you're all going to like. Hens and roosters, lend an ear to Lonesome Earl and the Clutterbusters.
Hey, what happened?
And then he plays the song.
Is it buffering?
No.
No, he's
I
playing
figured
off
we'd
the
stop
audio.
there.
Oh, okay.
And then the song's called Cold Dead Hands.
I like
Yeah,
his Heston. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, see, I told you there's humor here. Just fun.
Oh,
Having
I
a
know.
little fun with the whole thing.
He's still a dickbag. But, you know,
Pay attention. The members of
Laugh at
his
him.
band
Yeah.
all were assassinated via bullet.
Of course. Yeah.
Well, who's he got?
He's got Abraham Lincoln,
Sure, he took a bullet.
John Lennon,
Sure, Lennon got one.
Gandhi.
Gandhi.
That's his band.
That's why India doesn't have Halloween. Because they got no Gandhi.
Oh, we should have just let the song
Wow. Wow. I've never heard that one before.
Yeah, hopefully you'll never hear it again.
OMG.
I was only joking.
That's funny. I'm funny.
I hate goof songs that sound so beautiful that
It just sounds like a regular
It just sounds
song.
like a nice regular song.
Sounds like a regular song.
He's saying it, little dicks.
Yeah, I
people
know.
with guns.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
All the features in there. He's just having fun.
He's having a good
Injecting
time.
some humor.
Oh,
yeah.
he's
That's
not
all.
just having fun.
No, he's just having fun.
He
He's a
absolutely
comedian. He doesn't have an agenda. He's just having a good
believes
time.
he's putting out a little propaganda there.
What's it about, the politics or the comedy?
I think it's about.
Politics of contraband, the smuggler's blues.
I think it's just about having a little fun.
A little fun.
Lighten it up a little bit. Do we have to play the whole thing?
No,
Okay.
no.
You don't like it, Ant?
It's fucking. I mean, it's a song parody. It's
Yeah.
fucking. At least he's not shoehorning. You know, it's a well-written song. It sounds accurate to the time and style. that he's trying to portray, old-style country music. But, he's just putting his drivel in there. Oh, wow, really? If you like guns, you have a small dick. Oh, I get it. Are you going to stereotype a black guy and say, oh, black guy's got big dick? Why don't you put that in your song? Huh?
The one,
but that doesn't make sense because young black men are using illegal guns in record numbers, killing each other, and they're supposed to have big dicks. So I don't understand what Jim Carrey's going for there. Yuck. Jim Carrey. Try to make another movie. Give that a whirl.
He makes movies.
He makes shitty movies now.
What was the last good movie from Jim Carrey?
Cable Guy.
Wow, really?
Cable Guy.
What about the Penguin movie?
Fucking
Mr. Popper's Penguins?
Yeah, what about that one?
Fucking stunk on ice.
What about after 2 weeks, Burt Wonderstone has barely made half of its production budget?
Burt Wonderstone looked like a lump of shit.
I saw it. It wasn't that bad.
Stop it.
It was bad, right?
It wasn't
terrible.
I mean, it wasn't great, but it wasn't,
Yeah, I don't go to those. They weren't that bad movies.
Yeah, there's no reason to run.
I only go for the really over the top ones now. That's the only time you'll see me in a movie theater. I don't go for the ones that are like, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah,
I do all my research ahead of time, so I avoid those scenarios.
Yeah.
Going back to Bloomberg really fast because he's always about this is what the people want, and I'm not even sure if that's what the people want. To be completely honest with you, I'd have to study the stats.
Sure,
but one thing the people don't want is higher taxes, but that doesn't seem to stop Mayor Bloomberg or any other politician.
No, they love jacking
So if
those
it's
up.
about what the people want, how about we start there? Because I know for sure people don't want higher taxes.
Well, that's why they have a progressive tax scale here in this country, because people don't want higher taxes on themselves. But they love raising taxes on other people.
Well,
so if you campaign to a base and say, well, people want these services that we give in this country and stuff, so we have to tax, and we're going to tax these people. And then everyone goes, yay!
But the problem is everyone is paying higher taxes.
Of course, yeah. And
everyone is.
Yeah, it's amazing how much. When Bill Maher starts bitching about his tax rate, you know there's trouble.
Look,
he will lap the ass of a liberal Democrat.
I want this quote to go out there. I want to make an announcement that people don't want higher taxes.
Yeah.
Mr. Bloomberg.
Yeah.
Mr. Bloomberg. And people want their sugary drinks. Remember that one?
Yeah.
You're all about what the people want. Well, I'm sure people want to continue drinking their sugary large drink.
Yeah. Yeah. How about you let people, her baby had been hit in the head. How about you let people protect themselves and defend themselves? I want the safety for the people, a safe, how safe do you think that woman was strolling her little kid down the street with no chance of defending herself against thug animals? Yeah.
I think Kid Rock said it best.
What did Kid Rock say? Ba with a ba, da bang a dang, diggy diggy diggy, said the boogie, said up
certainly
jump the
for
boogie.
the same song.
Oh.
Get in the pit and try to love someone.
Oh, that's so sweet.
We need more of that.
Yeah, there is no pit. There is no love. It's a horrible world we live in. Horrible world we live in.
Well, let's watch out for the methadone clinics.
Yeah.
That's where the scary
he's got all his friends are down there.
That's right.
People.
Yeah.
Hookers in Hollywood.
Yeah. The critics, the cynics.
That's right. You've played that song a few times.
Oh, you know what?
On
When
the
that
only
one
station that really rocks.
really rocks.
It's all good.
Yeah.
It's all in fun. They get in the pit and try to love someone.